Today we're going to add a spoiler to the trunk of the new Tesla. If you didn't know, this is a 2024 Model 3 rear-wheel drive Tesla. And I got to thinking, you know, it needs something to make it a little bit more sporty. Not that it's not pretty sporty anyway. To the rear. And you know, ironically, after I had already bought this spoiler, Tesla came out with the Performance Model 3, and guess what? It has a spoiler on the trunk, very similar to what I'm going to be adding. I guess great minds think alike, right? Anyway, where it goes is right across the trunk, back here. I decided to go with black. I'll show you in just a minute. We're going to do the whole install. It's just a little bit of accenting, I guess, to the trunk. And I decided to go with black as opposed to carbon fiber, which I guess is black as well, because of the other black bits on the car. You know, we've got the black wheels, the black trim, the black handles, the black bezeling on the tailgate, and of course a little bit of black down here on the bottom. So I figured black would look pretty good there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and unpackage it, I guess. But real quick, what it came with, a couple of stickers to help locate it on the back of the trunk lid, a couple of adhesion promoters, which are probably just alcohol, a little instruction manual, which you won't need, of course, because you have me doing the install. And then right here, hopefully you guys can see, is the part number. That is the part number for it, and I will leave a link below if you'd like to check that out. So let's go ahead and get it out of the package. I will say I've looked at it already and it is not damaged, so kudos to the company for sending it in such a manner that it did not get damaged. I've had plenty of damage, particularly on spoilers in the past. So let's see if we can't get it out of here without damaging it. It's nothing worse than when you bang something and you're trying to take it out of the packaging, right? I've done that before myself. This is what it looks like. And again, let's go over to the car. It's going to go right across the back like so. And it is held on with adhesive tape. You can see right across here. I am going to heat this up as well as the trunk with a hairdryer just to kind of promote adhesion to the trunk. They also tell you in the directions to tape it down for 48 hours to make sure that it sticks well. And if you didn't know, most spoilers are held on by adhesive glue or tape. So this isn't like they cheaped out or anything. It really is the same kind of thing. So my next step, I'm going to go ahead and clean off this. I've already wiped it off with soapy water concoction. I'm going to go ahead and use alcohol, my own alcohol, to clean off this lip here. And then I will use their adhesion promoter to get, I guess, the best that I can. Before I do all that, though, I am going to use their little tape thing to kind of locate where I want it to be, and I'm going to try to measure it best I can. Everything here is at an angle, of course, so I guess I'll measure from here to the edge on both sides and then try to figure out if that's where it needs to be. Okay, a little tip for you. One of these, I don't know what you call these, clothes measuring tape measures come in pretty handy because they're flexible. If you get this same kind of spoiler as what I have, or I'm sure they're probably all very similar, it's 5 inches from the corner of the spoiler right to the inside edge of where the trunk opens. So 5 inches on mine is what I was looking for. I tried using the material they provided, the sticker, to line this thing up. Worked okay on this side. I don't know. They give you a slot you're supposed to put right around and then line up. Honestly, you really only need to do one side, because if you get it on one side, it's going to be right on the other side, right? So, I don't know. I found using just a piece of masking tape right at the edge was probably more beneficial. I don't know. And then you'll see the blue tape here. I did put that on just to kind of hold it up, make sure this didn't fall off while I was doing this. Last thing I wanted to do is have it fall on the ground and get damaged. Now we're going to clean it with rubbing alcohol, as I mentioned, just to make sure that we get all the oils and grime and grease and whatever off of there. I want to go right to the edge, right where it's going to stick, of course. Right into their edge. Again, I much prefer, I think, my method with the masking tape as opposed to theirs, but kudos for them trying at least, right? Okay, now let's put their promoter, that's what it's called, adhesion promoter on there. Again, I think this is probably just rubbing alcohol, but who knows. They give you 2 of them, so we'll use both. I just want to kind of go over the edge, right where hopefully the thing is going to stick. I say hopefully, get better. Takes care of that. Boy, that stuff stinks. It actually smells like acetone. So I'm guessing that's what it is. Let's see, does it say? No, it does not say, but boy, it sure smells like acetone to me. I used to buy acetone for a business, so I'm pretty familiar with the smell. Wow, or paint thinner, I don't know, one or the other, but it is strong. It is strong. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I think get the tape off. They tell you to take it off both sides, and then the center you want to pull it through once you're done, I guess. I guess I'll do it that way. Why not? Now, the X-Acto knife, the point of that is to kind of just grab an edge to be able to get the cover off. So, let's see if I can't do that. I can tell already this adhesive is a stronger type stuff, just as you would want it to be, of course. Alright, moment of truth. I think I'm going to align based on my own edge. Alright, it looked pretty good until I hit it. Okay. That looks pretty good to me, so yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now I'm going to pull off this tape. Hopefully it doesn't rip. That's one. I'll pull this one off. I never did like this method myself. For just that reason. Let's pull this off. And it's going to rip. You can tell already. No, it's not. Okay. Alright, we're past the point of no return. So now it's just a matter of pressure, right? Pressure is what we want. So you get the idea. Don't know that that's going to do anything, but I'm going to kind of just sit here and hold it down for maybe a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to tape it up to let it set like they said you're supposed to. And then we'll come back on for some finishing thoughts, I guess. All right, all done. Pretty simple, not a complicated mod at all. I think it's going to be awesome. Obviously, we've got tape on it now, so you don't get the full Monty. But just a cool look for the car, I think. I think it looks pretty good. You're supposed to let that tape sit for 48 hours. I honestly don't know if it's really necessary, but that's what the directions say, so that's what we're going to do. It seems pretty darn tight on there right now. I mean, I can't move it at all. I thought about just parking it out in the sun, but maybe that would get it too loose and maybe it'd fall off. I don't know. So we're going to follow the directions. We're going to do what they say. And another thing I like, there is no movement on the edges. So I like that. That's good. It means it's a good solid fit. I've had manufacturer spoilers that were already on when I bought the cars before, that the ends actually move up and down. This seems like a really tight fit. It is available in carbon fiber as well, if you want to go with a carbon fiber look, and I believe that's what Tesla is putting on the performance version, a carbon fiber, although it's probably a real carbon fiber. What I've seen out there from this same company surely cannot be carbon fiber. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you've got a Tesla, did you put one of these on? Maybe you bought the performance, although I think it just came out, and it came with it. I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.